How do you find clients for your marketing services if you're starting from scratch and without cold calling? Hey guys, Mike here from Sell Your Service, and in this video, I want to talk to you about how to find and attract clients for your marketing services and to your marketing business. Even if you're starting from scratch, you're starting from zero, you've got nothing on the horizon, and without cold calling, let's get into it. Hey funnel builders, Mike here from Sell Your Service. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I help funnel builders like you every single week by producing content that helps you attract more clients, sell more funnels, and generate more income. I've got some free training down below on how to generate the right niche and find the right niche. Hint, that's going to come up later in the video, how to find the right niche for your marketing funnel business. In the meantime, let's talk about how to find clients for your marketing services, even if you're starting from scratch and without cold calling. So I get it, you're starting from scratch, you've got nothing on the horizon, there's no one out there waiting for your call, you haven't got people calling you up asking to work with you, and it seems to be a real struggle to know where your next customer is coming from. Look, it's not your fault that you're struggling to attract clients to your marketing services. It's because everything you've been taught about client acquisition is wrong. All of the funnel gurus out there and the internet marketing gurus and the sales gurus, they all talk about things like hustle and grind and all this kind of stuff, when in actual fact what you should be doing is focusing on one specific thing and doing that over and over and over. One of the things that I hear most of all when people talk about finding clients for their marketing services is they say they're not afraid of hard work. But what I find they are afraid of doing is doing one thing over and over and over until they get results. I think a lot of the time we like to try hundreds of different things and kind of spread our focus over a wide area rather than working on one solution to repeatedly generate income and attract clients, as opposed to kind of spreading our interests over a wide area. I get it, you've tried networking, you've tried SEO, you've tried cold email outreach, you've tried social media, you've tried all of this, and yet you're still not attracting the clients that you want, especially if you're starting from scratch. How do you do that without cold calling? Let's get into it. So the first thing to know is you're absolutely right. You don't have to cold call to generate leads. Now, full disclosure, I actually don't think it's a problem cold calling to generate leads. Get rid of this. Instead, where I think cold calling places a value is finding the right person in the organization with whom you should be having a conversation with. I'm not going to talk about cold calling in this video, but I want you to know that if cold calling is something that you think will benefit your business, don't try and sell on the phone because they won't buy over the phone. Instead, use that cold calling opportunity to find out who is in charge of increasing sales, who's in charge of their traffic and lead generation, who is in charge of the area that you can add value to. There's a massive difference in cold calling for businesses and saying, hey, Mr. Customer, are you the person who's in charge of sales training for the organization? Yep, that's me. You should definitely give me a call. Or no, that would be Mrs. Customer. You should go and give her a call instead. Fantastic. The idea is that you now know who you should be targeting. That's the job of cold calling. It's qualification and identifying who the decision maker is. You don't sell on a cold call, you qualify on a cold call. Do not worry about going after customers in a particular niche, in a particular market, for a particular service because you haven't done it before. That's not the point. I'm going to talk about how you can get around that, but customers don't want to see a portfolio. If you specifically target a particular customer, if you specifically target a specific type of person with a specific product or service, or solve a particular problem, or get a particular result, and you talk nothing but that area, they will assume you're an expert rather than expecting to see a portfolio from you. So the first thing that you need to do, and everyone skips this, and I don't know why, and it's kind of like saying, hey Mike, I really want to learn how to cook pasta, and I say, okay, you're going to need to go and get some eggs, and the first thing I'm saying is, I don't want to go and get any eggs. You absolutely categorically have to have a clearly defined niche. Imagine going hunting and you say to me, yeah, I want to go hunting a particular animal, and I go, cool, what do you want to hunt? And you go, don't know, just anything. Unless you know what you're going to target, I can't tell you how to reach them. No one in their right mind is going to say to you, oh, you should go to either Africa, or you should go to the Himalayas, or you should go down to the local farm, because every single type of animal that you want to hunt is completely different. Unless you've got a clearly defined niche, you're going to struggle generating clients. The fundamental rule of running a business is that Businesses are defined by the markets that they serve, not the products that they sell. You could be the world's best marketing service agency, full stack, do absolutely everything, get outstanding results, but unless you can clearly define and articulate who your customer is, you will struggle to attract clients. So you can either commit to a niche, or in 12 months time, watch this video again and wonder why you're not in a better situation because you haven't defined a niche. Pro tip, I've got some free niche training down below. You can sign up, it's a completely free webinar. It just talks about how to find the right niche for your marketing funnel business, why small business isn't a niche, why service-based businesses aren't a niche, why an industry isn't a niche, and I'm gonna teach you how to do that below. So go ahead and sign up if you wanna discover the right niche. That's the first most fundamental, important point, is you need to know who the niche is that you serve better than anybody else. My second point would be, don't try to sell too early. It's crazy to me how often people attend networking events, they attend dinners and talks and speeches, or they'll have a conversation, or someone will try and outreach to them and they'll try and sell too early. A lot of the time, actually, we find that a lot of marketing service businesses, they don't have a problem with lead generation. Their problem is with closing, and they try to generate the sale, or they try to close too quickly. If you send an email, like the cold calling example I gave earlier, if you send an email to someone saying, "Hey Rob, just wanted to check, are you the person who's in charge of tax for your business? Are you the person who's in charge of sales training for your business? Are you the person who's in charge of converting traffic into blog subscribers for your business?" If they say yes, great, you know that that's who you should be talking to. Instead, what a lot of people try to do is they say, "Hey Rob, we run a blog traffic subscriber service that's for $100 a month, can start generating income and leads and subscribers for your business," and you try to give everything away and sell too much. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You haven't built a relationship with me yet. You have to become friends with me first before I'm willing to buy. So don't try to sell too early. Focus on getting just one project for one customer. Earlier, I talked about how people say they're not afraid of hard work, but when we boil down to it, actually they're really afraid of hard work, and they don't like the idea of doing one thing over and over and over and over again. If you're hammering away at a rock, the rock doesn't break on the first go, it doesn't break on the second go, it doesn't break on the 999th go, but it does break on the 1000th go. It wasn't that 1000th hit that did it, it was the 999 previously. What a lot of people do is they'll try and smack a rock a couple of times, then move on to another rock, then try another tool, then move on to another rock, then saw down a tree. They're way all over the place. You need to write down and be specific about the type of customer you want, the type of project that you want, what you want to do for them, the type of price that they've got, who they are, everything you can think about. Write that down, even if it's on a post-it note, and go after that. Think about how you're going to attract that one customer rather than trying to think about how you're going to attract 100 customers. When you can attract one client, you can attract 10. Instead of thinking, I need to just drag as many people as possible into my business. The problem is that that's exhausting and you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to gain any traction. So once you know who your niche is, you know the type of project that you're going after, ask people in your network if they know anyone who fits that profile. Even if you don't know any businesses who run LMS businesses or LMS courses, or if you don't know anyone who runs virtual reality studios, someone in your network might know someone, or someone in your network might know someone who knows someone. Your job is to ask your network, hey, I exclusively work with VR manufacturers and VR app manufacturers. Does anybody know anyone in the VR manufacturing space? 99% of your audience and your network and your friends and your family and your email list and your Twitter profile and your Facebook groups are going to say no, but just one person comes back and says, yeah, actually my brother works for an app company. And that leads us on to the last point. Your job is to book calls. So that was kind of, like a useful point. That to me was the biggest point to me. Give me a little like and a share, because that to me was like the biggest thing, is asking my network, does anyone know anyone who's a course-based business? Is anyone out there an LMS business? And that's how we generated our first $100,000 through our business, is by asking our network if they knew anyone. They weren't LMS and course businesses, but they knew people who were LMS and course businesses, and we just needed one person to sign up and buy from us. So yeah, if that was useful, maybe give me a little like and a share down below. I'd super appreciate that. That's what helps me keep going and helps the channel grow. And on to our final point, your job is to book calls. So earlier I talked about not trying to sell too quickly, and instead what you should be doing is booking calls. I've got tons of video content on how to run discovery calls and how to run lead generation calls. I got tons of stuff on how to qualify your customers. I got tons of stuff on how to sell to them and pitch them and close to them. You don't need to worry about that. What you should be doing is booking discovery calls and initial consultations with people in that network. You want to ask them as many questions as possible. What are their biggest problems? What are their goals? What are they working on in the next 18 months? What are they working on the next 90 days? What do they personally want to get out of their business and their job role? The more you know about what they aspire to do and what their problems are and what their fears are, the more likely you are to make a sale. Here's the problem. Most people at this stage will try this 2 or 3 times and they won't take it any further. Instead, you have to commit to it and repeatedly go after people in that niche. You're gonna face a lot of rejection, you're gonna face a lot of apathy, people turning you down, people not turning up to meetings, but this is how you grow a business. There's no magic formula, there's no like Tinder box, nothing's gonna explode just because you really want it to. Instead, you have to repeatedly go after a specific type of customer with a specific product and repeatedly try and book calls. If you do book a call, let me know and I will help you through that next stage. I will help you book clients. Like I said, I have got niche training below for the first and in my opinion, the most important piece. You have to define a niche, you have to define an audience that you go after. So sign up to the niche training for free below. If you're a funnel builder and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing already. Like I said, I create new content every single week that helps funnel builders like you generate more customers, attract more sales, and build more funnels and all that kind of cool stuff. So yeah, give me a subscribe. If this video has been useful, give me a like and a share. Let me know in the comments below if you have a way of attracting clients. If you have a niche, let me know. I'd love to know who your niche is and if I can help recommend any businesses to you. Let me know in the comments if this was a useful video. In the meantime, guys, I've probably got a couple of videos either side of me here talking about finding customers and pricing and all this kind of stuff for marketing funnels and marketing funnel businesses. In the meantime, I will see you on the next video. Keep building those funnels.